Argentina kick off their World Cup campaign up against Saudi Arabia. But what did the Argentinian fans think about this coming match and, of course, the tournament as a whole? Well, I've got an Argentinian fan standing on the line, and he's going to come at you next. With another World Cup Rivals video, of course, standing by. We have an Argentinian fan gearing up, of course, for the opening match against Saudi Arabia. We'll talk about that more in a second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang up to all things Rovers related, World Cup related, world football itself related. We're all here, boys, under one Ruski, of course. We'll jump into the deep end with, of course, our guest in a second. A big shout out to my VIPs as well, of course, the patrons, of course. But anyway, let's get cracking, of course, and meet our guest for, of course, Argentina. His name is Geronimo, and if you've been with the channel a while, you would have known him from way back when, 4 years ago, out in Russia 2018. So, just in case you missed him, and of course, Geronimo, please tell him a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and of course, maybe something a little bit bizarre about yourself.
Okay, well, as you just said, I'm Geronimo. I'm from Argentina, and if I had to say something bizarre about me, it's that I have this thing on my hand since I was born, and I feel it's pretty cool and makes my hand feel a little special around the other hands.
You are special. You are special. I appreciate you giving up a bit of your time here to talk about Argentina, their hopes, of course. I think a lot of third party or unbiased nations will be looking at Argentina. Maybe it is the time for them to get their hands on the trophy. But your country does kick off their World Cup campaign in the next few days. What are your feelings about this year's World Cup and Argentina's hopes?
Well, I'm pretty excited because we won Copa America and the Finalissima against Italy a few months ago. I think that our team is better capsule, and they are like just a bunch of big kids going around and playing football. It's a good group this time. I hope we are doing. My expectations are really high on this World Cup. I hope we get to the final. Actually.
Okay. Well, I hope to see you go far as well. Yeah, I think.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people are pinning their hopes for at least Argentina to get to the semis, at least, because the big boys. If the big boys are there, then it makes it for a more exciting World Cup. So as kickoff edges closer, do you think you can win it, or do you think you might get a bit of a tricky round in the knockout stages?
Well, I think in the group stages we are going to do pretty well. I mean, the last times we play against Mexico, we went pretty well for our country. I guess, well, I just saw the other day that Saudi Arabia tied against Panama, and unfortunately they lost a good player some days ago. But I think the first two matches are going to be rough, difficult, because are the first steps on the World Cup, but I think we're going to do a pretty good group stages on the kickoffs. On the quarterfinals, etc. It's gonna get even harder, but
yeah,
I'm optimistic.
Optimistic. Well, that's good. That's what you need. You need a bit of optimism. And I think it'll be a good chance for Argentina to warm up in the group stages, and then hopefully we get to see the real Argentina. So first up, Saudi Arabia. Do you know much about them heading into this game?
Not really. The only thing I know about them is that on 2018, their coach was an Argentinian guy called Antonio Pizzi. That was a pretty good player that here in Argentina was San Lorenzo's coach for some seasons. It went pretty well for him, but not that much. Not really. Only these two things that I just told you about, that they tied against Panama, I think, and that they lost a player, I think, because of an elbow injury or something like that, but not really that much.
That's okay. It's okay. Well, hopefully this will be a chance for us all to get to know a little bit more about Saudi Arabia in world football. Let's take Messi out of the equation because everyone's going to point
Okay.
to Messi. But besides Lionel Messi, who's going to be the guy for Argentina that's going to get us off our seat with excitement for this game and of course for the rest of the tournament?
So for this, well, I think Lautaro Martinez is gonna get us really excited. I mean, he's been playing pretty well in Inter de Milan, and he's one of the guys that scored more goals, I think, in this Scaloni era. So I think that guy, and maybe Dibu Martinez, uh, our goalkeeper. He has like this big personality that you can see around um, the field, and it makes me feel like I don't know if the word is rewarded or like I'm feeling safe with him in the being the goalkeeper. I think those two guys and maybe Enzo Fernandez. Uh, I'm a River Plate fan. This guy Enzo Fernandez went from River to Benfica, and in only 1 year he went from playing in a little team in Argentina to being in the first team of River Plate, then going to Benfica, and now going to the World Cup in just 1 year. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a. I feel like it's one of Marcelo Gallardo's like greatest achievements in these last years in River Plate. So I'm feeling pretty excited for him. I'm pretty
Well,
happy.
I'm excited to get to know him a little bit myself. You know, the journey that you said there from of course from a local Argentina football through to the big giants over in Argentina, River Plate, you know, and then progressing over in Europe with Benfica. Benfica look really good right now. Very good team definitely a good team in Portugal, a good team in Europe. So yeah, the spotlight hopefully will move on to him, and he could be one of Argentina's next big spotlights faces for the future. Okay, so let's say the coach has got food poisoning, cannot pick the team. You have to pick the team. So what's your starting 11 from goalkeeper to the striker for this game, Saudi Arabia?
Well, I would use the same team Argentina used against Italy for the Finalissima, and I would go with Emiliano Martinez. Then I would go with 4 defenders with Nahuel Molina, Romero, Otamendi, and Acuna, or maybe Tagliafico, but I think Acuna would be better. I would go with 4 also midfielders, with Rodrigo de Paul. This time I use Paredes and maybe Enzo Fernandez and Angel Di Maria on the left, and the 2 strikers, obviously Messi and Lautaro Martinez.
Sounds spicy. Now, I'm going to get to the big important question in a second, but I'm going to do a bit of a sidebar. So, also in your group, same match day, Poland will be taking on Mexico. What do you think is going to happen in that game? Who do you think will win that one?
That's a tough question you're making right there. Well,
or maybe shall I say, rephrase it? Who do you want to win that game?
Well, if I prefer the tie, but if I had to choose one team, I'd say Poland, because after Saudi Arabia, we're going to play against Mexico, and if they have to go, if Mexico against Argentina needs to win the game, I think spaces will be more open for Argentina to strike. So I think in what remains in the game issue, I think Poland would be a better winner for Argentina to be more comfortable.
Okay, so now let's go to your game. Big game, opening game. A lot of attention is going to be on Argentina to really show up and probably have a good game against Saudi Arabia, but you don't know what to expect. But what do you think will be the final score, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, for the first match?
I think 2-0 Argentina is going to win, and I think it's going to be a tough match. I don't know why, but it reminds me of the match against Iran in Brazil 2014, that the whole team was just expecting for Argentina to come up to the area and then trying to counterattack. I don't know how they play. I insist, I don't really know much against Saudi Arabia, but I I think maybe the game could be that way, like Saudi Arabia expecting Argentina and trying to counterattack and making for Argentina very difficult to score goals. So maybe 1-2-0 is going to be a.
Thanks again, Jordan, for, of course, giving up a bit of your time here to talk about, of course, the World Cup and, of course, your opening match. And hopefully we'll get more insight from you as the World Cup bubbles. And hopefully a long-winded World Cup indeed for Argentina. But, of course, a big shout out again to the patrons. Of course, make sure you smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash a little bell as well for your non-stop World Cup content. This place is going to be littered with videos. And you could be joining me as well. Of course, we've got the World Cup Daily. That's right, as we have a phone-in show. It's basically Zoom. You can pop on whenever you like, drop in, and of course, and have a little chat about the World Cup with you and me. Of course, so if you want to do that, make sure you check out the link in the old description. There might even be a graphic on the screen right about now. But of course, that is, of course, to look forward to. But until then, guys, go smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, and of course, we'll see you soon for another World Cup Rivals.